You're listening to the Sam T. Blues Revue Blues Brothers 40th Anniversary Spectacular. So as you know, of course, the Blues Brothers helped revive the careers of so many incredible musicians, such as James Brown, Aretha Franklin, Ray Charles, Cab Calloway, so many more artists. But there are several people that were asked to be in the film, but couldn't for whatever reason. The Maxwell Street Musicians were to feature Muddy Waters instead of John Lee Hooker, and Little Richard was offered a role in the movie as well, but he turned it down because he was focusing on disco, so he didn't want to be involved in any kind of rhythm and blues, rock and roll type deal. That would have been cool to see him. Another rock and roll icon that was rumored to have been offered a role was the late Elvis Presley. Now, I know what you're thinking. He passed away 2 years before production of the movie, but legend has it Dan Aykroyd was able to speak with Presley in a seance and got his permission to cover Jailhouse Rock, the famous closing scene, of course. In the
Coming to you on a dusty road. Good lovin', I got a truckload.
Well, I should have known this was going to happen, and you know what? That's fine. This is the ghost of Elvis Presley. Elvis, let me ask you, were you really going to appear in the Blues Brothers?
Well, you bet, son. You know, I said to Danny Aykroyd when we were talking, I said, Danny, you have got to let me be the sheriff. I said that to him. I said, Danny, you have got to let me be the sheriff. I'm going to be in this movie. You got.
No, I heard
got
it.
to
I heard
let
what
me be the sheriff.
But the sheriff, you as a police officer, that would have been pretty cool. That would have been cool. What songs were you thinking of doing?
Didn't work out, though, Sam. There wasn't room for me. You know, you get all these great guys, James Brown, Ray Charles, man. These cats, they could sing, man. They could sing and holler just as good as the next fella. Couldn't they sing, man? Couldn't they sing? Am I wrong on that? Couldn't they sing?
They sure could sing.
Well, man, I remember one time, me and James Brown, we went out to eat fried chicken. This was back in 1974. This will come in handy later. Me and JB. Can you believe it? Me and JB and EP, man. TCB, man. They got all sorts of letters coming at you. We went out to get some fried chicken, some good old fried chicken from Gladys's, and I took a big old bite out of a chicken wing, man. And I turned to JB, and I realized I ate part of his arm. Hand to God, Sammy T. I took a large chunk out of his arm. We had to go to the ER, boy. We had to go to the ER.
Wait a minute. You ate part of his arm? How does that even happen?
I ate the whole daggone thing, boy. I ate his whole arm. You know, I thought, man, I can't leave James like this, just a little chunk out of him. So I just ate it all up. I ate the whole arm and went to the ER. They fixed him right up there on the spot, gave him a new arm. That's that.
That's that? Elvis, you can't just say that's that, because that can't happen.
James Brown is still alive.
No, he isn't.
James Brown is still alive.
No,
he's living at Graceland. That's why no one can go upstairs at Graceland, because James is living up there. He's got a small, little, tiny family. They're all about 5-6 inches tall. They need constant care and watch. And JB can never leave.
Elvis, what are you talking about?
Well, I feel good. I knew that I would. Sam, ever tell you about that time I ate James Brown's arm?
Yes, very recently.
It was delicious. Who dog? It was delicious.
Sure it was, Elvis. Can we talk about the Blues Brothers?
Them Blues Old Brothers boys show, man. They put on a good show, man. They put on a good show, let me tell you.
They sure do. Tell me about your favorite scene from the movie.
My favorite scene, my absolute favorite scene in the Blues Brothers. It's when they go up in that swamp, and Jake turns to Elwood and says, Jake, what are you doing in my swamp? He says that to him. I'm cracking up thinking about it. He looks at him right in his little donkey eyes, and he says, Jake,
Elvis,
what are you doing?
Are you confusing the Blues Brothers with Shrek?
My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. Bad news, Sam. I just got word. James Brown's kids got out. Gotta go take care of business, baby. But wait here. I'll be back in about 36 hours. You just wait right here.
I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting, Elvis.
Hey, now,
I'm not waiting.
You're an old girl. You're all green and swampy now.